Hello, my name is Sabrina Marshall, and this is my fifth update, I believe, for my personal learning project on Italian. It's our second assessment, and I decided to record my assessment session with my coach. We decided to do a reading of a scene from my Italian book. The book that we're using is 100% in Italian. There's no English whatsoever except for a glossary of terms in the back of the book, so all the exercises are in Italian. There's nothing I could be looking at to be cheating. So we decided to pick one of the sections and one of the passages, and I would read the entire passage in Italian so I could practice my pronunciation and the cadence of the language. So he wanted me to practice speaking that. He wanted me to practice translating sort of just like on the go. And anything I didn't know, he tried to help me figure out through context clues. So he had his phone up to this one website that he uses to translate when he doesn't know certain words. So he had that up for certain things, because even he didn't know a couple of the words. But he would try to help me through context clues get me to where I wanted to go, so I would better associate the word and situation instead of just have to memorize a definition.
Di altra parte, la signora Palma ci tiene moltissimo ad avere...
In the passage my uncle is having me read, there is a woman who just recently bought a new house. The passage goes into detail about buying a new house, what furniture they have, what furniture they need, and what furniture they want to buy. The particular sentence that I've recorded and was speaking earlier is about how she wants to buy more lavish things and has a more eccentric taste and wants to buy the necessities later and the fun stuff first. It was a really long sentence, and it took a couple of tries to get the whole pronunciation correct. However, he walked me through it and we got through the whole sentence. We then proceeded to talk about translation. There were a couple of words that in particular he even had trouble with, but overall, in Italian, sometimes the phrases give off the translation more than the individual words. So we had to pick apart what exactly was most likely being said, what seemed to be described in the picture, and what words overall were being used to describe her eclectic tastes.
She's not comfortable welcoming.
Okay, but also very elegant. And prefers... Quindi aspettare, isn't aspettare to wait?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Che temperatura c'è?
È sotto zero.
In this particular conversation and exercise, we are discussing temperature, so we use numbers as well as time of year in terms of the seasons. He just asked me what is the temperature, and my response is, it's below zero. I had to learn the word for below, as I was unaware that sotto meant below, but we worked together to find the context to understand what was going on in the whole.
Yeah. Signora Marshall e signor Marshall, piace loro l'inverno?
Sì, a me piace, ma al signor Marshall non piace.
Very good.
Overall, I feel okay with this assessment. I felt very nervous going into it. It's one of the first times it felt like I was going to a test without studying. Like, I knew that I knew more than I thought I did in kind of a roundabout way, and I knew I would be okay. I felt the most unprepared for this one. And I definitely feel like that showed to a degree. Like, I was definitely like, yeah, I should have done more reviewing, and I should have caught up on this, and I think I'm behind by like a lesson in my book. So that did kind of show, but it was a very productive assessment nonetheless. Like, I really enjoy doing assessment this way and through the forms and stuff instead of a letter grade, because I don't feel the same pressure, like I'm gonna fail and that's gonna be my, that's it, I failed and now I can't redeem myself and I can't grow from that. Versus with this, even if I thought I did poorly and thought I was unprepared, it was still like a practice session. Like, I was being graded on it, but we still went through something, and he still pointed out what I can fix, and he still helped me learn some of these things, and still told me good job when I was doing a good job. So it felt very much like a give and take, and it felt kind of like every other practice in that I came away learning more and knowing where I needed to go. So even though I think this was one of my weaker weeks, I still came away from it with a lot more to do and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to progress towards the end of my final assessment.